Hello everyone, welcome back to Technique, and today we're going to do a detailed review of one of the really powerful mid-range devices, the iQOO Neo 7 Pro. Now iQOO launched the Neo 7 Pro at a pricing of around 33,999. That's an offer pricing available only in the first day of sale. Apart from that, you also get 2,000 rupees discount with card, so bringing down the price effectively to 31,999. That's a stellar pricing for what the hardware offers. But let's see how good the device is in real, whether the hardware actually makes it for a really good mid-range device. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. So we have already done the camera review, the charging test, and a few comparisons as well in terms of camera. So let's do a detailed review and find out whether this is really good and what are the pros and cons of this device. So before getting into the video, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's begin. So first, let's talk about the design aspect. Now if you look at the design of the iQOO Neo 7 Pro, there isn't anything stand out in terms of design because this is the tried and tested design by iQOO. We have seen a lot of devices with this same design. So one good thing about the device in terms of design is that even though the design is kind of older, iQOO might have been able to bring down the cost of the device because it's using the same design language. But then you can't find any differentiating aspect between iQOO's previous devices and the iQOO Neo 7 Pro. But personally, I like the design. This is kind of a good design, I would say. Nothing stand out, but it's a kind of good design, especially this orange color, which actually looks really nice. The leather finishing looks great, and overall the fit and finish and build quality and how the device has been blended to this color definitely looks great. It's a kind of standout color, obviously, because of the orange in nature. So that's the design aspect. You can see the iQOO branding and the triple camera setup, the LED flash, everything integrated neatly. You get edges which are curved, so it does give a good in-hand feel while using the device. Now in the front panel, you get this punch hole selfie camera. The bezels have been kept to minimal. It's not the least bezels out there, but it's still quite acceptable in terms of bezels, and the weight and the slimness of the device is also quite good. So overall in-hand feel is definitely good on the iQOO Neo 7 Pro. Now next, let's move on to the display. Now you get a full HD AMOLED display. Now this is a 10-bit panel, and you get 1 billion plus colors and really good brightness levels, and out of that you get 120 Hz refresh rate as well. Now the colors are really vivid and punchy, and does give a great feeling altogether because it's rich in nature. The sharpness levels are good. The overall color reproduction of the display is also good, and you also get the short sensation up glass protection on the display, so making the device a good display in terms of overall experience. The multimedia experience is also good. Even when you're watching movies, you get really punchy colors, vivid, and also the sharpness levels are good, and the touch response of the display is also very good. So overall display quality is really good for the price segment. Let's move on to the software. Now this is running on Android 13 out of the box, and you get the FunTouch OS 13. Now talking about the software, this is one area where we feel iQOO or other Vivo should be improving. The FunTouch OS is not really that polished in terms of UI experience, but having said that, there are no bugs or issues or lag or any sort of issues on that front. It's a very smooth UI and smooth experience as well, but the refinement and the overall look and feel should be changing by now, because FunTouch OS needs a rehaul in terms of the UI experience, but otherwise it's a very smooth experience, and we did not see any sort of issues or bugs here. Now iQOO is also promising 2 years of updates and 3 years of security patches. That means it should get at least 2 update cycle, so that's also quite sorted, I would say. So overall UI experience is good. Now you also get, if you look at the settings panel, you get plenty of options like the animations in terms of the options, fingerprint scanner, face unlock, everything. You get animations, you get a lot of options in terms of gaming experience as well. If you look at the gaming options, this is again a device for gamers, so you get additional options like 4D game vibration, game frame interpolation, game display enhancement, so plenty of options in terms of gaming experience. So software is definitely good, especially for what it offers, but again I would say a bit more refinement is needed in general for the FunTouch OS, not just for the iQOO Neo 7 Pro. That's the only concern I have. Now apart from that, let's talk about the performance. Now this is running on one of the really powerful chip from last year, the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 platform. Now this is one of the cheapest 8 Plus Gen 1 device right now, launched this year, and this is coupled with 8GB or 12GB RAM and up to 256GB storage. Now this is LPDDR5 RAM and UFS 3.1 storage support. Now if you look at the benchmark score, this is the Antutu benchmark score, and you can see here 13 lakh plus is the Antutu benchmark score, making it one of the really powerful devices in the sub 35k price segment. And with LPDDR5 and UFS 3.1 storage support, the performance is top notch, probably the best performing device out there, other than probably the Poco F4, which is priced again lower, rather Poco F5, which is priced lower. But otherwise, if you look at the segment, this is really one of the powerful devices out there, extremely smooth performance, and you also get this independent gaming chip, which makes the gaming experience really good. And it also has additional features like game frame interpolation, additional options in terms of gaming experience, 4D vibration. So plenty of options are there, and this independent gaming chip with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 does give a really great experience in terms of gaming. So if you are a gamer, definitely this is a great device, especially for the price segment it is offered. So that was the gaming performance. Now talking about the other aspects, you get an in-display fingerprint scanner. So we'll just show you this. You can see here, we'll just show the performance. So you can see it's quite good in terms of fingerprint scanner. It's an in-display fingerprint scanner, so it's quite fast out there. So that's the in-display fingerprint scanner. Now you get a dual stereo speaker. So let's see the speaker output, which is quite good again. Next up, in terms of signal strength, you get 5G bands, which we are tested with Jio and Airtel, and we didn't see any sort of issues. And call quality was pretty good. We didn't see any sort of drop calls or any such issues, and overall quality was pretty good. So the other aspects include dual SIM card. You get 5G support on both the SIM cards, and this is quite good in terms of 5G network coverage as well. So that's the performance aspect. Let's move on to the cameras. Now this is coming with a 50 megapixel triple camera setup. It's a GN5 sensor from Samsung. You get an 8 megapixel ultra wide and 2 megapixel macro, and on the front you get a 16 megapixel selfie camera. Now we have done the detailed camera review of this device. In case you have not seen that, do check out our channel. We have uploaded the detailed gaming or rather camera review. Now if you sum up how good the camera is, the camera daylight captures from the primary camera is good. There is good amount of details, good sharpness levels. There is a bit of color saturation issues, but again, not a major concern. It doesn't happen all the time. It's there on some images, but overall we feel the primary camera is quite a capable one, and the ultra wide angle camera is decent, I would say. Nothing exceptional, because 8 megapixel has a softer images, quite acceptable for a 8 megapixel shooter. Now the macros are kind of very much average, I would say. It's just a very basic macro camera. Now the portraits is one area where iQOO needs to improve, especially the skin whitening is a bit too much, I would say. This definitely needs improving. Now apart from that, you also get good low light images with optical image stabilization included. So low light photography is definitely good on this device. Now selfies are also acceptable for the most part. Again, more of a personal choice, but I would say on the whole the primary camera and the selfie camera does quite well. Now video recording also, there is 4K 60 FPS with EIS and OIS support, which is kind of decent, I would say. So the secondary and third cameras are kind of very average, but the primary and the selfie camera works quite well. Now let's move on to the battery life. Now this comes with a 5000 milliamp hour battery with 120 watt charging. You can charge up the device in somewhere around 30-35 minutes, which is quite good again, and the battery life is once again very good. We got around 5 to 6 or rather 6 to 7 hours of screen on time. With our usage, again usage depends upon person to person, so you cannot say that 6 to 7 hours is the general thing you can get with this device, but again that depends upon what apps you use. If you game a lot, it might drain out battery more. But on an average you can get somewhere close to 6 to 7 hours on this device, which is quite good, I would say. Now that was the detailed review of the iQOO Neo 7 Pro. Now summing up, how good is the device? I would say this is a really good value offering in the sub 35k price segment with great hardware offered. The pros include a good display, then great performance, great gaming experience, exceptional performance, I would say. Cameras are decent, the primary and the selfie cameras are decent, then battery life is excellent, and then you get really fast charging as well. Now the cons, Probably I would say the software needs a bit more fine tuning. There are few bloatwares included, not too many, but still I would say the software experience needs a bit more fine tuning, especially in terms of FunTouch OS experience. Then design looks kind of dated, but again I wouldn't say that's a major con, because I personally like the design, but there is no change in design is something which I feel iQOO should be considering. And third con would be the secondary and the third cameras are kind of average. But these are not major cons, I would say. But on the whole, I would say this device priced below the 35,000 price segment is a great value and excellent in terms of performance. So if you're looking for exceptional performance and pretty good overall all-rounder experience, then the iQOO Neo 7 Pro won't disappoint you. So that was our experience with iQOO Neo 7 Pro. What do you guys think about the iQOO Neo 7 Pro? Do let us know in the comment section. So this is Nirmal signing off with the iQOO Neo 7 Pro detailed review. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.